Hey everybody, Adam Phillips here for Dynamite Entertainment. We're here today with Chuck Brown, award-winning Chuck Brown, the writer of our upcoming Dehah Thoris series and some other great stuff we're going to talk about in the coming days. But for right now, we're talking about Dehah Thoris, which we're very excited about. That one's coming out in March. Chuck, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and before we get into it, I'll just remind everybody, please, if you're watching this on your laptop, on your computer, on your phone, or whatever, please don't forget to hit the like button so we know you liked it and it does help us. And also to hit subscribe so you don't miss content on the Dynamite YouTube page that's coming up because we got a lot of videos. So, Chuck, you're going back to Mars, heading back to Mars
Right, right,
for a new adventure, and this is a little different because this is pre John Carter.
right, right.
So, what can you tell us about young Dejah Thoris?
Well, it's a couple thousand years before she met, John Carter, and Martians age a lot differently than we do. So
Hmm.
she's still, a full-grown woman, but she just hasn't met John Carter and hasn't had a whole lot of interactions with actual Green Martians. So it's kind of like a prequel to her life and her kind of she's well studied about Mars, but she hasn't really, traveled abroad in the world yet, Barsoom. So that's kind of what we're exploring in this book, her kind of coming of age story, a hero's journey, but also her exploring and get to know her own planet and her own people of the planet.
Yeah, and from what I've read about it, there's treachery, there's royal family in danger, and she's in the position of having to save herself, save for the family, and things like that, right?
Right, right, right. There's a new enemy. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I don't know if this character's ever actually been in a comic book before. They're basically these spider type creatures that live on Barsoom. I don't want to give away too much, but
Yeah.
they become a huge threat to Helium, and Deja is forced to basically flee the city and try to fend for herself with her friend, other citizen of Barsoom, to try to survive this onslaught and just survive the day as they try to escape from this new threat that's taking over their kingdom.
Dang. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds wild. Even without John Carter, who's always sort of our the viewpoint character of the series. I mean,
Mhm.
it's such a rich setting and so many different kinds of characters in those books and on Mars. There's a lot to play with there, it seems like, right?
Right, right. I mean, even though Dejah Thoris isn't an alien from another planet, John Carter had all these superpowers and these abilities, but Dejah Thoris is a very grounded character if you really think about it. She has no power. She's just a regular Martian, and she's always grounded characters fascinate me. And she's joined by other characters. Like I said, a Green Martian actually joins her on her quest. And this is
Mhm.
before they are socially, it's before it's acceptable for you to be around a Green Martian. She's currently sees them all as enemies right now. She has to overcome that prejudice and that issue with Green Martians to actually get help and survive this onslaught. A lot of different characters and plants and animals and creatures you might see in the Barsoom books, or you may probably not have seen the movies just yet, or the comics as of yet. Trying to bring some of that stuff more to the forefront and kind of show how weird and bizarre this world really is.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, and we've got great artwork by Emiliana Pinna, uh,
Mhm.
who's got to be a lot of fun to work with, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's still very early in the
Yeah,
process. I haven't had a chance to actually connect with her just yet. But I always reach out to artists and let them know if there's anything I can do for them to make their job easier. Let me know. But the designs I've seen so far are really amazing.
yeah, and we'll be taking a look at those. Um, what else do you want to tell us? I mean, are they gonna? I guess if it's thousands, I was going to ask if there was going to be a hint of something going on Earth that will eventually, but if it's thousands of years before,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
not.
thousands of years before. We're just kind of focusing on, I guess the hierarchy of Barsoom and the crown and the throne and how it's, people always, trying to basically take that crown or take that throne
Hmm.
or how dangerous and unrelenting this world is. And also there's different tribes. Also being the editor was kind of excited about adding something called Kangaroo Man, right? Those I don't know if I've ever seen those actually in the comics before, but we're gonna have Kangaroo
I don't
Man.
think so.
Well, yeah, they're very cowardly a lot, but they're very flamboyant with their weapons and things. But we'll kind of get to go and see that side of Barsoom and see how Dejah, her presence, her friends change, that whole community of Barsoomians.
Very cool. That's going to be really awesome. We could take a look at the covers now. There's a lot of good covers on
Yeah.
the first issue. Make sure you stop by your local comic shop and tell the person behind the counter that you want to get on board with Dehah Thoris #1. Let them know what covers you like and that you want to get the whole series as it comes out. I mean, it's inspirational material, inspirational characters, inspirational setting. So we're really looking forward to seeing where you go with it.
Cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to sharing it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll be talking again real soon. Okay.
Okay, man. Thanks.